to have you here, man.
Good to be here. Thank you.
So I'll give you a bit of context. I was reading the Business Daily, and
Right.
Kim will put up this article. And I saw a picture of Ian, how tragic moment on stage saved his life. It was a story about how you were overweight
Yeah.
and you changed your life around.
Mm,
Now that hit so many notes for me because with my brother Eric of Every Other Time with Eric, I was telling you, we had this fitness journey that we want to get on. And just relating to you this moment where you were we were short of breath, you couldn't put your thoughts together.
Right.
And you're like, what's happening?
Yeah.
That related so much to me. I'm like, I need to get this guy on. But even more so, what prompted me to reach out to you is we've met before.
Yes, we have.
We're both in the IT industry.
100%. Yes, we are.
This was, I think, in CIO.
CIO, yes.
Yeah.
CIO Africa.
Yes, I remember you energy, you MC, you were doing that.
Exactly, yeah.
But we're going to get to all that. There's a lot we want to cover. Tell me about this. Tell me about that day. What was going through your mind?
First of all, thanks for having me here. Glad to be here. The Coffee Pump, it's an absolute pleasure. That particular day, if we can go straight into it, I was emceeing an event and I started noticing that I'm struggling. And one thing about an MC, you have to keep a brave face.
Yes.
You can't let your audience know that there's something that is off. But I was really, really panting. Whenever I MC my events, I bring a lot of energy, a lot of vibe, a lot of hype, and that kind of thing. But I realized the more I MC, the more I'm using face towels. You know, I'm always sweating. Whenever I check into the hotel, the first thing that I usually do is I talk to one of the hotel guys and find out, is there an AC in the room? You know, and over time I started noticing that I'm the only one who is sweating in this room. You know, even without getting on stage.
Was it an Anishapai or somewhere? Or
No. This one was at Radisson.
okay,
At Radisson,
okay.
Radisson Blue, here at Upper Hill. That's when I got like my wake up call in that particular event. So I was totally out of breath. I was sweating to the point where even my spectacles were sliding a bit, you know. And I didn't want guests to notice that, but immediately I introduced the next speaker and I sat down.
Someone could tell.
Yes. That is when now I really now started thinking about I need to work on this, because the realization is that as an MC, your body is your office, you know, so you definitely have to keep keep it in check.
Yes.
You know, there's no like a sick leave that I can be able to take. You get an event and you have to do it.
You have to do it. Yeah.
Yes. And now this was an involving event because it was a full day event, you know,
as usual.
And towards the afternoon, that's when I started now getting this kind of bouts that I was getting, and also realizing that there's an evening part of the event that I need to handle, which is the dinner.
Bro.
Oh man, I was out. And when I sat down, I even realized that even my knees were sweating, you know.
Let me ask you, when you're wearing, because I've always seen you suited up.
Yes.
And this has happened to me recently, where I've tried to wear old suits.
Yes.
And they're tight, they're so uncomfortable. Were you not comfortable in your own skin at that time?
I wasn't comfortable in my own skin. One of the main things, especially during that period of time, I avoided wearing suits. You know, I would liken myself to someone like Jeff Koinange. You go with the two-piece, you know. My DJ friend, I would tell him that my shoulders are broad, you know. I don't think I look good in a suit.
Yeah.
And I believe that if you work on your body, you can look good in anything.
I mean, so we're going to talk about the journey, but what I can say is the destination from what I'm seeing. And just looking at the article, we'll post up the pictures, bro. You look amazing.
Yeah.
That transformation. I mean, props to you, man. Anyone who sort of puts in the work and grinds it out, I have a lot of respect for them.
Thanks a lot. And we're still on the journey, you know. We still have I personally have a certain goal that I want to achieve in the next 1.5 months. So there's a lot of work that I still need to work on. I've been on a bit of a plateau, even after the change. But let's see how it goes. But bro, I can tell you for a fact, it was insane. I had no neck, you know, just smiling and your cheeks are out there. You know, you're not comfortable in a suit. And for the people who know me from those days, they would know that I would predominantly MC in African attire.
What's happening, family? We've got another sponsor, MOFIT Supplements. Let's hear it out for them. We've got the whey protein, 24 grams of protein per serving. I love the strawberry flavor. We've got the pancake mix, quick and easy. Use it with water, use it with milk. Fantastic. creatine, I use 5 grams a day, and fat burner. They have a lot more. They've got a muscle gainer, they've got a pre-workout, they've got shakers. Do check them out. They've shown us some love. I want you guys to show them some love. MOFIT Supplements. Guys, you know I love coffee a lot. I literally named my podcast the Coffee Pump Podcast. So with a caffeinated podcast, you need a caffeinated partner. And I'm happy to say that Connect Coffee has come on board as the official sponsor on the Coffee Pump Podcast. This is everything they have. My personal favorite is the Romeo blend. I first had this in 2016. Actually had my first business meeting at the Chiromo campus where we're shooting at today. They've shown us love. I'd like for you to show them some love as well. We'll link everything in the description of the video. Do check them out. Best coffee in Kenya, hands down. Yes, I remember that. Yeah.
Because for me, African was,
it's comfortable.
It's comfortable. It doesn't matter how big you are. I remember the days of Miguna when he was in the limelight and was always in African and that kind of a thing. So you can always get away with that. But this particular day, that was my wake up call. Out of breath and just sweating. And I realized, I had an MC starter pack. That was an energy drink, 2 face towels, and 2 handkerchiefs, standard. And I had particular face towels for corporate event and also weddings,
Really?
So for the weddings, I had like a larger face towel. And you can imagine if I get an event where it's a Kamba and a Luya wedding. It was absolutely insane, bro.
Crazy. Because the energy is quite there, yeah?
The energy is insane. And there's a time I remember where we were dancing. It was a Kamba Luya wedding, and we were dancing so hard to the point where mentally I started just saying, I wish the DJ's decks would just blow up.
Right.
So that we can stop this dancing. Now, it even becomes a bit harder when you have a couple that is predominantly probably Gen Z, younger couple. I used to love couples that are above 40. It's chill.
It's more chill.
Relaxed.
It's more
yes. These guys want to start the wedding at around 4 o'clock, and we just relax. But if you get like a 26-year-old, it's high energy.
And it goes all the way till late in the night.
And you can even see it all the way from the ceremony, going all the way to the reception. And so, I had my starter pack for wedding MC.
Yeah.
I had my face towels there. I would really, really invest into that.
Okay.
I kid you not, there's one time I had an event in Mombasa. It was a 3-day event, and I was totally out of the handkerchiefs and face towels that I had. I literally had to go to another supermarket and get
stuff.
Face towels from that,
Let me ask you, bro, were you always like a big guy growing up? Is that something that just happened over time?
It's interesting. Yeah, I was a big guy growing up, but I changed it a bit from 2017, 2018. Really started getting into the fitness, lifting, eating right. 2019, truth be told, I did a triathlon.
Really?
Yeah, in Watamu. I did. We went with a bunch of guys, close friends of mine. We trained for this. Prior to the triathlon, we did a mud run. We've never had such a fantastic mud run. In 2019, that was in Nakuru.
So you were a fit guy.
I was a fit guy. I did the triathlon. That was 1 km swim, 20 km on the bike, and 10 km run.
Jesus
and we
Christ.
did that for the entire morning. So we prepped, we trained, and all that. I think when COVID came into play, that's where I kind of lost the plot. All right, lost the plot, and then I got comfortable.
You're speaking to a mirror, yeah.
Yeah, I got comfortable, and bro, I would party hard. If I would start like on Thursday, going all the way to Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, it's first liquor,
yes.
And then after you need something to sort of absorb the alcohol.
Exactly.
So what do? You get bread. And then Jumia and Uber Eats, so convenient.
100%. Do you know, I think this Glovo guys, they actually, I was like the brand ambassador.
Yeah.
I must have been one of the best clients that they had.
Yeah.
Because there is no way that you can be able to go hard on liquor and go hard on the diet.
We know all this changed after COVID. Remember, pre-COVID, ordering was not so much of a thing.
It wasn't.
And then this delivery stuff after 2020.
100%, yes.
It's so convenient. Nowadays, you can go open up at 12 at night and you can still get food.
Let me tell you one thing. I got to do the guy who was like, now, it's like he became family, I would go 2 days without calling the guy, and the guy would call me, are you unwell? Are you okay? Because of the number of times that I used to call the guy and bring it over.
So what was your comfort food? What was the thing that...
Oh, bro, let me tell you one thing. And KFC, burger, fries, that was my comfort food. Especially when when you go hard and partying, there's no way you're going to wake up in the morning and have a bowl of
Yeah.
oats.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
So if you don't
Yeah.
mind me asking, what prompted the parting? Like, was it just is it the frustration of being locked in?
I think it happens gradually.
Mm.
You know, I usually had a policy that whenever I go for my events, I'd never indulge. You
Yeah.
know, I never indulge prior, during, and even
Yeah.
probably after.
Yeah.
But I think that I was staying in a certain neighborhood in Kiambu Road, and I noticed like all my neighbors were party heads. You know, oh man, that place.
You're part of that WhatsApp group now.
It,
You just have
it
to do it.
was it was it was insane, man. It was
Okay.
insane, and we used to party a lot. So gradually, I'd find myself that when I go home, I'd have a drink, you know, and then I have a drink. I order these fast foods, and then I'm not going to the gym as often. I miss a month, you know, I miss a month or two, go back again. So it kind of took like a phase, you know, and you notice that your clothes are becoming a bit tighter. Then you're like, I think I need to buy new clothes, you know, and you go and get new clothes. So by the time you realize it, you're in that particular system.
Bro, you're
Yes.
hitting on all the same notes
Mm.
because COVID as well.
Mm.
So COVID happens
Yes.
2019 December.
Mm-hmm.
I've gone through a breakup.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Very tough.
Mm-hmm.
Long-term relationship.
Mm-hmm.
My escape was video games.
Mm-hmm.
Started playing video games. Then around Feb, March, we start hearing indications of things shutting down.
Right.
I was still in that rut.
Mm-hmm.
Things shut down.
Mm-hmm.
Work. I mean, it's IT space. You're in sales,
Yes.
doing everything remotely now. So you have a lot of free time on your hands.
Mm-hmm.
And business at that time was very good because now
Mhm.
people wanted to come to us. So it was an easy sales job. I didn't have to go and meet people.
Mm-hmm.
By the comfort of home, I'm playing video games, I'm ordering in.
Mm-hmm.
And like all of a sudden, I'm ashamed to say this, but I think at one point in time I spent like 80,000 bob just ordering food.
In a week,
This was in 3 weeks.
what were you ordering?
Bro, so I'd order breakfast, lunch, and dinner. CJ's, I'd order pizza at lunchtime. I'd order something at night.
Mm-hmm.
I'd order maybe 4 in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
just some chocolates to come in. Like because there was no gym. Gym was closed.
Yeah, yeah.
I was eating my feelings.
Yes, yes, yes.
So I
yes.
went from 85 kilos
Mm-hmm.
to 95 kilos
Mm-hmm.
to 105 kilos
Mm-hmm.
to 110 kilos.
Shoo.
At the end of 2020, I was so heavy. When I first got up out of that sofa, I felt my knees buckling under me, under that weight. Like, who the fuck is this guy we're holding on to? Like, where did this guy come from? It was just that whole change. And so
Mm.
the thing is, a moment on the lips, forever on the hips.
It is.
And now what happened is I've had this
Mm.
yo-yo effect as well, like you
Yeah.
did with the gym.
Yes,
Right, where you have moments where you go all out, but then you lose momentum, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So, I mean, you've gone through this back and forth.
Mm.
We're at that stage.
Yeah,
You're overweight. You're like,
Yeah.
fuck, something needs to change.
yeah.
Tell me what's going through your mind now the next day. Do you sign up for the gym the next day? Do you go to a doctor just to get your levels checked out?
Ooh, and it's interesting that you're talking about the kind of effect that food has on you. The happy hormones are actually released
Yes.
when you're eating. I had the same thing, you know. And the only way that I'd be able to cloud any regret of what I'd done was to kutoa loko kama kawaida, you know, and still continue in the cycle of eating.
Yes.
My consolation was that maybe probably I can eat moderately instead of having maybe 3 burgers. I'd have like maybe 2 burgers, you know. So for me, that was the discipline, you know.
Yeah.
Staying in the same rat hole, but also just minimizing the quantity that I was taking.
Yeah.
I remember a neighbor of mine would make fun of me all the time when we were with the boys. He'd say, "You Ian has this Nduthi guy who comes once and then he brings a burger. Then he comes after 2 hours, he brings fries, and then he comes after another 2 hours, he brings a soda." And you're right, spot on in terms of the kind of amount of money that you're using in this particular thing. It's a lot of money, man.
You know,
It's a lot of money.
I mean, at that time, I'll say I was selling quite a lot, so I
Yeah.
had a lot of money to spend. And the truth is, over COVID, you're not spending money.
Yeah.
You're stuck at home. You're not doing any traveling. You're not doing any going out. You're not doing this. So after a few months, you have all that.
Exactly.
Now, okay, so you've on stage the next day.
Yes.
Do you go to the doctors? Do you go to the gym?
I think that I didn't even go to the doctors. The first thing that I realized, because I was drinking and smoking at the same time, And the one thing that I realized is that I need to find a way on how to stop this thing. And I told myself that I'll have to try and do it cold turkey.
Yeah.
Not progressively, but just go on a total cold turkey. Now I remember
Just cut it off.
Cut it off. The first week was insane.
Must have been very hard.
Especially for the people who with nicotine and all that. It affects your sleep.
So sorry.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. Stopping cigarettes. It's so hard.
Insane. It's insane.
Yeah.
I remember the first week I barely slept well for 3 days. When I was on day 3, I think I'd had a total amount of hours of sleep. I would say they were like 4 hours. And why I remember that is because when I went to the barber shop, I was sweating consistently, and I realized that my body was tired. I went to the chemist. I tried to look for sleeping tablets. During the 3 days, I tried to take like celestamine and Piriton, and you can imagine if you're taking that and you're not sleeping. So you can that gave me a realization of how far off my body was. You know.
Yeah.
So I decided to hit fire for fire. All right. The good thing is that I didn't have any events during that week and the next 2 weeks. So I told myself that I'm going to take this time to really cut these things off and then make sure that I can bring my body where it wants to be. So I decided to start running. Okay.
Really?
Yes.
And how much did you weigh at that time?
At that time, I was at 128 at 29 kgs.
And you're about 6'1", 6'2"?
I'm 6 foot.
Okay.
6 foot. And
hey, your knees mustn't.
Bro, even the girlfriend that you have is also complaining, man. You can imagine if you're 128 kgs, you're making someone's daughter suffer. You know. She will leave your place limping, not because of the game, but because bro,
it's all this weight. Eh?
Yeah, that is like a Vitz or something like that. It's like, don't do this on the person, you know. So and it's just insane. So I decided to start running. I did 1 lap. Oh man, and that was for me. That was day 1, and then I started doing it. Started with 1.5 km, then I'd do 2 km, then I'd do 3 km. Now the interesting thing that I noticed with the running is that it changed my diet. You know, and when I put the liquor aside, I started now looking for healthy stuff. You know,
yeah, because you've done the work in, so you don't want to just, let it all go to waste. Like dilute it in the comfort food, right?
Yeah, exactly. The other thing, even when just in tandem with the working out, is that there's certain groups that I had to leave intentionally.
You had to cut them off.
Yeah, I had to cut them off. The friends that I had to cut them off, not because I hate them, but because I had to make a change on this thing. You know, started cutting off that. My rider was a bit disappointed, but now I told him that I'd be using him for better things.
Yes.
You know, so I fixed myself on that. Started following people who are more into sports, more into running. You know, then I started now gradually getting back. You know, and if you had seen me the first day when I was running, it's like a 90-year-old lady just running in the estate, and I have chubby people just passing me by, and I was just there. You could literally tell that I was struggling. It was a bit embarrassing. So what I did, I started running at around 4 a.m.
Before everyone
Before I
anyone
am
can see you.
alone on the road. No one is in there.
I've done that.
You know, because I don't want to be seen. I don't want anyone to see me and all that. So I started running at around 4 a.m. And by the time people are showing up and they're waking up, by 5:30, I'm done.
You're done.
I'm done. I freshen up. So I gradually now started on that. And I think progressively it gets to a point where now you want to run and see people, you know, and
exactly, because your confidence comes back. You feel so proud in what you've achieved.
Let me tell you one thing. In the picture that you saw in the daily.
Yeah, we'll put that up here. Yeah.
Yes. One of the things that you'll realize in 2022, my IG page, I never posted myself. I tried one time just taking a picture of myself, and I was like, damn.
Bro, I've gone through that right now.
Damn, I look like a sugar daddy or something. You know, it just is insane. I didn't like what I saw. You know, so if I don't like it, why am I posting it on social media? So most of the time, I would post the room, I would post the flyer, the mic, the badge, an entire year of rarely just posting myself on the pages. So that is an indication that I wasn't happy with the way I looked.
Yes.
You know, but you still have to chase the bag.
You still have to. How much weight did you lose then in the first 3-4 months?
I brought it down from 100 and give it 129 to now. The first 3 months, I brought it all the way to 117.
That's pretty.
Yes,
But this
yes,
is
first
only
2 months.
this is only just doing cardio. You weren't touching weights and everything.
Cardio. I was just doing cardio.
Yeah.
I was running, but also the other thing that I did is that I changed my diet. As they say, it's 80%
Nutrition,
diet,
yeah.
20% on the training.
And so, what type of nutrition protocols are you following now?
Man, after the run, I would just take probably a watermelon for hydration, and then I changed it to a meal a day.
Yeah.
2 meals per day.
Okay.
So my first meal was at 11 o'clock, and then the other meal would be at around 7 o'clock.
Okay. High in protein?
First meal would have, I'd put some rice in the chicken and veggies. And then the second meal, I'd just make sure that it's purely protein and veggies, no carbs.
Yeah.
So I'd have carbs once a day.
Okay.
That's what I changed. And then that's when I started now seeing the changes that are in there.
Yeah.
I even did a bit of research on breakfast.
Yeah.
Kellogg's cornflakes and all that. If you've read the history on that, is that they had to commercialize breakfast to make it look like it's the most important meal.
It's not. Yeah.
It's not.
It's not. Yeah.
Actually, breakfast is not important because if you listen to some guys on socials, they'll say our forefathers are hunters and gatherers.
Correct.
Yeah, they would wake up in the morning.
Yes.
They wouldn't
Yes.
take
Yes.
like porridge and whatnot and an English breakfast. They would go hunting. You know.
Because when you have such a large meal in the morning,
Yeah,
it slows you down mentally.
100%.
And we, as I'm
Yeah.
going to say, we're primed as men to go out and hunt.
Yeah, yeah.
And so the fact that you feel hungry, you actually feel sharper.
Exactly.
Because your natural instincts kick in, because our forefathers, they would wake up and go and hunt.
They wouldn't sit down and say that let's have some game meat, let's have some mandazi and all that.
Yeah, some eggs.
Your mind will tell you that no, you need to have a full breakfast so that you can be functional. I don't believe in that.
But let me ask you, what's a nice breakfast for you?
What's a nice breakfast for me? Perfect breakfast would be steak.
Okay.
Some eggs.
Yes.
Avocado there.
Okay, this is the healthy version.
Oh, this is the healthy version.
No. This is what you're saying is quite healthy.
This is the healthy version.
Let's talk about the unhealthy one as well.
Ooh, bro. Have the toast in there. Have the eggs in there, the bacon in there, the chicken. I'm talking like I'm in love, isn't it?
It's funny, you and I are both our mouths are getting wet.
I would just have that. You know the way the breakfast is so good until you start humming a song at the back of your mind.
So you know what the ideal breakfast for me is?
The waffles and whatnot, and the glass of juice in there.
Yes.
And oh man, you just that was the unhealthy version of it.
So recently, my sister just came down,
Mm-hmm.
and the pregnancy cravings.
Yeah.
The hard mandazis. What do we call them? The ones that are like Greek.
KDF.
Like KDFs.
Yes.
She was craving that.
Oh, really?
So mom made breakfast for her. In the morning, it was eggs, sausages, the KDF, some baked beans.
Yeah.
And these are the farmer's choice sausages, choma sausages. And then with the KDF, bro, I'm like, wow, if I could eat this every day, I'd not put on weight. It's such a good thing. And then with a nice coffee that just kicks in, or the Kenyan masala tea. Bro, sometimes these breakfasts, but then you have to sort of suffer. You have to sort of discipline yourself into avoiding these things.
It is 100%. And Kenya Defense Forces, so it defends your stomach and all that. And it's true. And I totally agree with you on that. So that was the kind of breakfast that I was taking, the unhealthy version. Or the healthy version, of course, is what I've just mentioned. Maybe your fruits in there, your protein, high protein. That would be ideal.
Okay.
So for me, what I did is that I was able now to change my diet like that.
Correct.
Put in the healthy stuff more often. And I had more energy in the morning, actually.
True. I mean, because it makes you sharper, right?
Yeah.
So when did you start working out with weights? When did that come to be?
Weights, I think I started it. Well, I used to do it back in the day.
Yeah.
But I started incorporating it very, very seriously. I believe towards the end of last year, early this year. Yeah, that's where now I have included weights twice a week.
Yes.
Because you can be able to be a chubby guy and then you lose weight and then you become
you don't
slim
really,
thick.
Slim thick, yeah. You don't,
slim thick kind of guy, So I don't want to be slim thick,
Okay.
like the way they do it. thick.
Thick.
Yeah.
Thick.
So slim, thick.
Thick.
Yeah. So I didn't want to become like a slim, thick guy. And then, of course, when I was running the first 2 months when I was running, I realized that I'm losing a lot of muscle mass. Like some of my friends were telling me, bro, you've lost a lot of weight, And I realized that I need to still build up the muscle mass because some of us are getting older, and we really need to protect that muscle mass, and also
Correct.
for strength.
I mean, what I'd recommend for anyone who's actually looking to lose weight is
Yeah.
skip on the cardio.
Mm-hmm.
The reason I tell folks to focus purely on weight training, and it's something that has worked for me successfully in the past, is think about your body when you're a fat person. Because people love cars. Let's use cars as comparison.
Yeah.
When you're fat, your metabolism is very efficient. It's storing fat. So engine-wise, it's like a pro box.
Yes, it is.
It can use very little fuel
Yeah.
to go very far.
Exactly.
So technically, it's ineffective at burning fat.
Yeah,
And that's
it
what a
is.
fat person is.
Yeah.
Now, when you start working out, when you start
Yeah.
adding muscle,
Yeah.
you're basically improving the engine size.
Yes.
You basically go from a 2.7 liter to a V6 to a V8, the more
Yeah.
muscle you have.
It's true.
And those cars chug up tons of fuel. So if you look at a Pro Box and you look at, let's say, a Hummer,
Yeah.
both of them do 1 kilometer.
Yeah.
Which one burns more fuel? The Hummer.
The Hummer, yeah.
Because the Hummer has a more proverbial muscle.
Yeah.
And so
It's true.
usually the guy I work with, the guy I want to recommend you to reach out to, Lee Aesthetics, he sort of embedded that in me, is focus on getting the weight. So as you add on weight, you become more your body basically has more of an appetite for calories because muscles need to be fed. Muscles are very hard to maintain.
Yeah.
Have a high protein diet because high protein makes it harder for your body to digest. It's harder for your body to consume protein than it is for carbs and fat.
Right.
So meaning your metabolism rise.
Yeah.
And then that combination.
Yeah.
So I think weight training is always something that I just tell people, start with that.
It's important.
It's important.
It's important. And the other thing that the first thing that I had to realize is the kind of body type that I am. Of
go
course,
very broad shoulders, tall.
yeah. Of course, you'll get these guys on social media, and there's some videos that I've seen on TikTok,
Yes.
and these guys, they come and they say, hey, chukua steroids, maze, sunaskia, and that common voice that is usually there. And of course, these things like trend, they'll definitely...
Have people approached you to take this stuff? Have you considered it?
No. I haven't even considered it. I never would consider it because also of the long-term effects that are there.
Yeah.
Of course, it messes you up as a man down there,
Yeah, those things.
There's no way you can be able to get to a point where you're taking a drug that is going to shrink you down, and then you're just saying, oh, but you can feel the biceps, you can feel the chest. Yeah, forget that part. It doesn't work like that.
And you have almonds down there.
Yeah. So what the three body types, the ectomorph, mesomorph,
and endomorph.
Yeah. So I have a friend, skinny as hell, eats anything and everything.
So he's an
ecto.
Ecto, yeah.
He's an ecto, yo. So he's has a very, very high metabolism.
Yeah.
Of course, our Luya and Luo brothers, they're mesomorphs, naturally muscular.
Muscular, yeah.
So for me, I'm an endomorph.
Same. Yeah. It's easier for me to put on fat.
100%. If I go on a 3-week bender, I might show up here like 7 kgs heavier.
Yeah, by the way, it's weird.
Yeah, it's insane.
It just stacks up.
It's just like this. It goes up. So an endomorph, you really easily build up on fat. So what I did is having that particular realization, and I went and checked out what would be the ideal workout plan for an endo. Of course, high cardio. Making sure that you're doing the weight training and high cardio. Don't take anything after 6 p.m. If you're going to eat. So that worked for me.
There's a lot of stuff.
So I see a lot of young people are trying to follow this plan here and that plan here, but the first thing that they need to do is that they need to realize what kind of body type am I?
Are you, and then work towards that.
And then now they can be able now to move on from that.
I agree.
Yeah.
On the steroids aspect, there's something. Have you heard of testosterone replacement therapy? TRT. So
no.
I mean, what it does is it's a medically I said doctored process. Well, maybe that's not the right word, but what happens is as you grow older, your testosterone levels dip. So what essentially happens is they induce medically some levels of testosterone to get your levels back up to nominal level. So Jeff Bezos of Amazon does it. Joe Rogan does it. And it's something that they help people to now feel much younger.
Really?
And
okay.
what it does is, again, I was asking you to reach out to Lee Aesthetics. He's the most knowledgeable guy. I'll connect you with him as well.
Okay.
Just have a meeting with him, understand where he comes from. There are a lot of guys who now, when they get to their late 30s, their early 40s,
Yeah.
that lose the vigor of life.
Mm-hmm.
Simply because your testosterone levels, your nominal levels deplete.
Yeah.
All this does is it brings it to baseline.
Mm-hmm.
Steroids and tren and all that stuff is abusing. This is just, it's naturally, people recommend it, but you have to stay on it for life, right? Because then
Okay.
what happens is your natural production
Mm-hmm.
also takes a bit of a hit. But the way you do it is you do blood panels, you go to doctors, you have monthly checkups, and people have lived on it for like 20, 30, 40 years.
Oh, really? Okay.
And it's something that's becoming very popular. So TRT, testosterone replacement therapy.
Okay. All
I'll
right.
connect you. So Gashao, we were talking about him. He's he's on the far end of the spectrum, right? The mad scientist.
Extreme.
That's extreme.
Yeah.
But the way he's doing it, he's also doing it very calculated.
All right.
He does blood work panels. He checks this. If something's suffering, he adds this. So you have to, if you're doing it competitively, I understand.
Yeah.
Because to be honest, Arnold Schwarzenegger and all of them did this kind of stuff back then.
Yeah.
But I think right now there's a lot more abuse. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Because now we're at a point where I am a millennial who just wants to keep fit.
Yes.
You will not find me on stage, getting on stage with a speedo and flexing in there. I just
Maybe the
want
next
to
CIO in Diani,
show
bro.
there I'm
Hari
flexing.
Hari.
I am just
Let's get that done.
greased on baby oil like Diddy, so it's never happening. I don't think I'll get into that space.
Okay.
But for us millennials, you're almost turning 40, past 40, I just want to keep fit.
Yeah.
But I hear you on the, on making sure that we can be able to get the testosterone up.
Yes.
And stuff like that.
I mean, it's worthwhile just having a conversation just so you understand.
Yeah.
Because Lee is also up there when it comes. He's I think he's stretching his 40s, but he's in phenomenal shape.
Yeah. It's important. I guess the information definitely helps. And also for some of us guys, we're so old school. I see people just in retrospect going for liposuction and and that kind of a thing. I have nothing against that.
It's a big industry, by the way.
Yeah, if you have the budget, you've done the checks and balances, you are well aware that you're not going to get any long-term effects like blood clots and so that sensitivity changes. For me, I'll be honest, the journey is the reward. The journey
I agree with that.
is the reward. If you want to do the shorter way, these guys who are doing it, they're grown, and I have nothing against that. But the journey in life, the journey is always the reward. By the time you get into that particular reward, like what I had to go through to lose close to 15 kgs, that the discipline, it changed my mind for the long term. The consistency, the discipline, the times where I wanted to give up and say, man, I'm just going to look for money. Don't even ladies don't give a damn about the body, it's just all about the money. There are always those consolations that come into mind. But going through all those stages, and then it gives you like a very, very strong will that even affects how you work, how you interact. I was happier on stage, after losing that particular weight. I'll dance harder, I'm fresh, I'm excited. But when I look back at that particular journey, these are lessons that I can be able to apply in my career and with my family and whatnot.
I love that.
Yeah. So the journey, bro, it's always a reward.
It's something, internally we have two people.
If you can do it naturally, bro, just
100%. That's something I'm definitely primed on. And to what you said, the journey, it reminds me of something I heard online where, and it's true, you have two voices inside of you. The two people. There's the comfort, there's a voice of reason to make you more comfortable. And get you to be okay with the decisions you're making, and comfort you and say, this is okay. You want to sit back, you want to relax, you want to eat a burger. No worries, it's okay. You'll work out tomorrow. So you can feed into that person. But then there's the other person over here who's a much smaller voice who's telling you, no, this is wrong. If you miss the gym, how it'll make you feel. You'll feel shit, it'll ruin your day. But the problem is, this one inside of us, for majority of people, is like a full-grown 6'5" Undertaker person, and this is like a small baby. And in order to, but when you walk the journey, what happens is it starts changing the balancing, and all of a sudden this guy comes up, and now he's the 6'4" guy telling you, how this will make you feel, and
100%.
You have to grow him. You have to basically enable him to become bigger and better. But you only do that by taking steps. Going through that journey.
Exactly.
And it's always hardest to start off, right?
Let me tell you one thing. There is nothing as amazing when you take off your shirt and the first thing your girl tells you is that you look fantastic. Bro, that is the biggest S that you can get on your chest.
Flexing Kim.
Oh man, you want to go to the gym in the evening, man, and just go and you go hard, man.
Yeah.
She's giving you a pump for the next 2 days, you know. So those kind of compliments are really good, you know. And she's not complaining as much, and she's just complimenting you.
They
and
help push the things on, right?
Yeah. So it really feels amazing, and also just also changing you can comfortably wear t-shirts, you know.
Yeah, correct.
A thing that you'd never do, man. This is how you wearing t-shirts with man boobs and stuff like that. It becomes it kind of affects your ego.
Have you gone like have you gone shopping recently and you've been more like you've been more comfortable? You were maybe in LCYK.
100%.
Beleni, I was sweating just trying to fit in clothes. That's where I'm right now. I remember going shopping when I was like 75 kilos.
Let me tell you one thing.
Clothes were sticking.
I couldn't even go to.
Yeah, this was a while back.
I couldn't buy like I wouldn't go to a normal store and get a shirt my size. And I remember I called a fellow man and asked him, where can I get like a 4X kind of a shirt?
There's one shop. What's it called for big guys?
I actually got it at Woolworths. I had to go there and get shirts in there. You know, I could never go to like Mr. Price and, you know, everything is fitting, you know. So they start complaining, Kwani, they're buying everything from China. You know, these things are too small, man.
They're so small, yeah.
They're so small, but you're the one who needs to just really, really change on that. And but now progressively you get to a point where you're more comfortable in what you're wearing because of how your body is changing.
It changes everything about you.
It really changes. It gives you that, of course, that you feel a certain aura that you have more confidence.
Correct.
You know, to show up and stuff like that.
And in some way, you're also a sales guy. I'm a sales guy because you're selling your services. You're on stage. You're promoting your persona. And I realized this when clothes fit me, anything I buy sticks to me. I look good when I see myself in the mirror. It changes my entire aura and my chi, the energy, the essence of who I am as a man.
Exactly.
Completely shifts.
Exactly.
But right now, even the reason I'm wearing loose clothes is because when I wear those tight clothes, it's just so uncomfortable, man. And anyway, we started a journey with Eric, and one of the things is we want to document us being put in very challenging fitness scenarios.
Okay.
So Eric's got his own podcast, I've got my own podcast, but one video like this Sunday, I said paddle is kidogo gay. And so the guy who plays paddle is like, let me show you. It's challenging. So we're going to play paddle for the first time and he's going to put us to the ringer.
Okay.
Then on Eric's podcast, we're going to do a 5-kilometer run.
Okay.
To see how we do on day one.
Nice.
And then back on my podcast, we'll have a vlog that does us in an MMA session. Day one. And then just pushing ourselves to do these fitness things that get us out of our comfort zone.
Nice.
And 6 months, we'll revisit and see how much we've improved.
Nice. That's good.
So I'd like you to be part of this as well because
100%,
I mean, we want to involve you in all these videos.
Yeah. I'd love that. I was doing an event for Huawei and I saw one of the watches that they were the fitness watches that they were launching that can actually advise you on the kind of pace that you need to run on according to your body weight. You know, there's usually that competition where you see someone did 10K with a pace of probably 6.15 and did it under an hour, and you want to beat that, but your frame and your weight cannot do that. You know, so it's like your body that now comes and guides you on that particular journey. Exactly.
When you started, sorry, you were saying you would.
So I just wanted to add on to that is that my biggest accountability in losing weight was my belt.
It's a straight up. It tells you straight away.
So I would notice that I've gone a hole in there. You know, so how many holes do I have? I have 3 more holes. So this month, let me just push it another inch. That was my closest accountability. Like it would gauge if I've had a bad week, it's getting a bit tighter. You know, you need to make sure that the new hole, the goal is to make it as loose as possible. And then you go to the next. That was the...
And it doesn't lie, eh?
And to be honest, I still have the same belt that I had last year. So there's one hole that I want to get into next month, and then I just push it. Once I get to that hole and it's baggy, now I can be able to put it and hang it. I won't throw away the belt. It's been my really good accountability.
It's an unbused accountability partner because it tells you what it is.
It's with you. It silently talks to you through your waist and tells you, hey, bro, this is Verasidika vibes, man.
So Ian, tell me, when you first started running, did you get shin splints? Like because of the weight?
100%.
Do you just have to walk through that? Like you have to, because
So
it was hurting so much.
yeah, my knees were hurting, especially during because of the weight. I now started checking out the pages that have running shoes. I was because I had Asics. I was checking out all the kind of shoes that are there, but I always found
Yeah.
myself, comfortable with Asics.
Yeah.
I tried buying two other shoes to see how it can be able to place me. I bought calcium because I thought I need to fix the knees.
Same, yeah.
I had a knee pad, making sure that I'm running with it. And then I also incorporated a lot of stretching. I was watching a video by David Goggins, and some people are saying that this guy can stretch for 2 hours.
Oh, he's
Like,
crazy.
what is he doing stretching for 2 hours? So I bought Deep Heat. I had even painkillers. And that's like we're talking about the journey. That is the reward. I said I'll need to go through all this, and figuratively I started telling myself probably it's because I'm too heavy and I need to bring it down. So that even gave me an indication. I need to bring my weight down, and I would look for places where I can be able to do like deep tissue massage.
Yeah.
But
But eventually, did you get used to it?
yes. Gradually got used to it. But then I started thinking that I should incorporate something else, because I would run Monday to Saturday.
Wow.
And I figured it's a bit too much.
These early morning
It's
runs,
a
right?
bit all early morning run. So that is why
You start
I
losing
was
muscles and
so
stuff.
aggressive. I was losing everything, muscle, fat, whatnot.
Right.
I was becoming slim thick,
Slim thick, yeah.
yeah. So
Now your regime
mm,
leading up to the article, what was
yeah.
it?
So when I moved it from the running, I joined the gym,
Yeah.
workout warehouse.
Is it a good gym?
It's a good gym. It's a good gym. Why I like it is because the variety of classes that are there.
Where is it? Workout
There's
warehouse.
at just before you get to Nyayo Stadium,
Oh, where Nakuman
Highway
Mega
Mall.
Nakuman Mega used to be.
Yes. That
Okay.
that building, Highway Mall.
Yeah.
It's up there. That's where you can be able to find the gym. Why I like it is because 2 floors of weight training. The spin class. There's a dance class. There's a boxing class. There's Tabata. Any
Really?
kind of class that you need, you can be able to find it there. So for me, what I usually do is that I still want to keep my runs consistent. So Monday morning, I'm there with my reflectors and I'm running at 4:30. Not because I'm hiding, but because I love it. I can run in the middle of the road and I'm all
4:30 in the
alone.
morning, eh?
Oh man, it's beautiful. It's
Just you with your
therapeutic.
thoughts.
Your thoughts. No, I get my headphones in there, and then I just jump from one playlist to another, from Afrobeats, to reggae,
There must
to
be
hip
something
hop.
so powerful where you're up getting
Mm,
it as a
yeah.
man and everyone else is asleep.
You've been in sales. Let me tell you one thing.
Yeah.
Have you ever worked out at around 4:30 a.m. and you're running all alone, and you even starting replaying how the day is going to be?
Yes.
Like, I need to call so and so, so and so, so and
Yes.
so.
Yes.
And I found myself in the middle of the run. I'm just probably stopping and texting and just making sure that I'm writing down the
You're
people that I
aligned.
need to get into
Yeah.
in touch with. It
Because
opens
it
that
opens
mind.
up because you're so fresh in the morning, you're
Oh
so awake.
man, yeah.
I think by the time you get up,
Mhm.
there's something about the old saying, the old adage that goes early to
Yeah.
bed, early to rise, makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise.
Yeah.
It is so true.
Yeah.
Just trying it once is difficult.
It's 100. It's insane.
Andrew Huberman says that
Mm.
there's a way your body adapts to it.
Yes.
Eventually, if you push yourself past the third or fourth day,
Mhm.
you yourself will get up at that time.
Yeah.
Where you don't even need an alarm. Your body
Yeah.
clock automatically adjusts.
100%.
And at that time, you just get up and go.
100%. Yes.
So
And it's amazing. It
yeah.
works wonders.
Yeah.
Some of my friends run without music. My closest friends also.
Those
but
are the crazy guys.
They're crazy guys. I go with them to Karura and I'm wondering, man,
What's
you
what's
don't have
tormenting you?
Yeah, what's wrong? What are you thinking about? Running for 1 hour without listening to anything. What is it?
I can't do that.
So what I incorporated, I still keep the running. Tuesdays I go for a spin class, and it's such a vibe, bro.
Okay.
And then put in the boxing. So I also picked up boxing.
So running how many times a week now?
Just twice a week.
Twice a week, and
Twice
then
a
boxing
week.
how often?
Boxing I try to also do it twice a week. So
Okay.
those are 4 days out, and then
Boxing is intense, eh?
it's insane, bro. It's insane. When I started off, I was dripping. I could just only throw like 4 punches, and it actually now, even for the people who are struggling with smoking, that is the one thing that will really make sure that you need to cut it off. It's not sustainable with it. It's a bit intense. It's a
Okay.
bit intense.
But then,
Yeah.
do you find that boxing as well?
Mm-hmm.
I think people are a bit scared of any physical form of activity. But if you could just do one, I feel if you're doing MMA or boxing, just to get in shape, cardio and strength,
Yes.
that thing really just changes.
It's a full body
It's
workout.
a full body workout.
Yeah, because you're swinging, you're bending,
You're doing this,
you're
yeah.
punching, your
Yeah.
shoulders are in there,
Yeah.
every part of the muscle, and then the mental,
Yeah.
because you have to listen to the fore punches, to the under punches. You're listening to your coach, you're moving with him, you're dancing with him, so the mental is in there, the body's been worked on, and it's a fantastic workout.
You can imagine fighters who go for like 12 rounds.
Yeah,
and that high intensity.
And the one thing that it gives you a lot of confidence, especially even out here in the streets,
Kim,
Yes.
nimekuambia, now you
It
got
gives
Ian
you
here.
a lot of
Don't mess, eh?
confidence. Oh, bro. When you go to Kina BNB and all those places, you have more confidence.
You have more confidence.
To protect your woman. You get
Scared.
what I mean?
Yeah. Dancing won't help you. Boxing will. He's a breakdancer.
But, oh, really? Nice.
It's called tricking, right?
Okay. Oh. Ah, really?
Like, and you'll just be somewhere and he starts doing backflips. Like, this guy can do a backflip.
Oh, that's nice.
In fact, Kim, we put it up over here, just you doing my backflips. But even that's
People
intense.
to see that. Okay. Okay. I wonder where he picked up that sport.
By the way, like, how did you pick it up? How do you start jumping around?
Like high school, which high school was that?
Yeah, which high school was this one?
You're jumping the fence when you're going out or something. I did the backflips.
Like we're just busting your balls, bro.
He's the first guy who I have met who enjoys backflips.
So now apparently this tricking has become a culture where so what you do is you take your body in different shapes. So you do backflips, you twist, you rotate. If you remember, there's that old Tekken game where there's a guy called Eddie used to spin around.
Oh yeah, the black guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
So that tricking apparently is also like a strength workout because you are with your own body weight.
Oh, nice.
You're balancing, you're doing this, you're doing that. So they have a lot of natural strength.
But do you do dance classes yourself? No. Okay, but it's just more on the flips and
it's
stuff.
More on the flips thing.
Yeah, you go to the field, you have your own session.
Now goes out.
Nice. Okay. Good stuff.
Maybe we'll introduce that down the line.
Break up on, man. I think my age, man. I don't think I'll try one thing and then it'll lead to another problem. But
so then with weight training also now 2 days a week. So you
2 days a week. So or if I do weight training once a week, then I go in there for like 1.5 hours or 2 hours.
Okay.
I love working out. I love doing the training on Sundays. No one is in there.
I saw you posted on your stories as well.
Yes. So there I hit everything: chest, arms, back, legs, everything.
So you do 6. You take 1 day off, right?
Yes, I make sure that I can be able to take a 1 day off. Now, the interesting thing about my schedule, since it's not a 9 to 5 and being an MC, probably the day that I'm emceeing an event, that's the day that I'm off. I'll do a breakfast. I go back home and then I'm able to relax and rest on that.
And we'll talk about emceeing in the ICT space. But I also want to understand, how did the article come to be? Because it's a pride and joy, bro. You actually it's a full page spread, man.
Yes. It's I didn't know it was going to blow up like that. There's a friend of mine, Cinda, who works for the Business Daily, and he just came and approached me and told me, Ian, I want to do an article about you. And I said, where are you doing this? Because I didn't know he was working for a nation and all that. So he told me, we'll put it on the Business Daily. Just come, we'll take a few shots here and there, and then we can be able to do a voice recording of the article. And I told him, no worries, I'm game. I showed him some of the photos that I had, and the guy was shocked. How are you surviving in this particular skin? And then now, of course, I was able to talk to him about the journey on how that moment on stage, how I felt, and I literally felt like I was gonna die, man. And it gets to a point, let me just sorry to take you back there. It gets to a point where you feel like you need to make your peace with God. Like you can actually just drop out, from that. That for me, for me was my biggest wake up call. And then now, of course, the journey to the running and the changing the diets and whatnot, and now getting to where I am, still on the journey. Still on the journey, still a lot to be done, and I'm working on it. So that's how we landed on this. I didn't know it was gonna blow up like that. I had clients sending me, for the ones who are logged in online, sending me, I didn't know you were about to die. On LinkedIn, people are sharing that love heart to their hands like this. And I'm like, well, I wasn't about to die, but I felt like I was dying.
It's inspiring because you see, the thing is, sometimes
Yeah.
I think maybe it's even in our culture, we don't share things.
Yeah. Yeah.
And maybe you come from a generation
Yeah.
where folks, you're supposed to keep things inside. It's not good to talk about things. I
Yeah.
don't know why. It's like my mzee never talks about what he's going through.
It's true.
You know,
It's true.
he stays very
We
quiet.
keep it closed in.
My uncles, my
Yeah.
elder cousins.
It's a cultural thing.
It's a cultural thing. So the
Yeah.
fact that you spoke about it,
Yeah.
the vulnerability
Yeah.
that you were exposed to,
Yeah.
and what you did to change that,
Yeah.
I think inspired, and that's the reason I wanted to have you on, man.
Thanks. I appreciate, man.
Yeah.
And still on the culture that you're talking about, you know, like even for the men that we grew up who raised us, for them, love was never expressed. I mean, it was never expressed. It was understood. You know, if our African fathers were happy they'd buy meat, it's for you to understand that he is happy. They would never express it, you know. So there's definitely that. But yeah, just getting on that particular journey on it, and if people can be able to learn from it, from a simple average guy, you know, I'm happy to assist. Yeah.
So on the last part now, you mentioned that you've hit a bit of a plateau. What's the plan now? What's the next milestone for you to achieve? What are you doing to do that, to get that?
The plan that I have now, between now and end of August, I want to drop 10 kgs, and that is going to be make sure that I can be able to lose body fat and maintain the lean muscle. Of course, I've got some supplements, amino acids. Today was my weight training day, taking the amino acids for recovery. I've already had my, you know, first round of chicken. I'll keep the proteins high, and then I'll also keep the cardio high. But the one thing that I really need to focus on is making sure that I can be able to watch my diet very, very clean. Clean diet, no sodas, no energy drinks, nothing, no sugars, cut it off. If I can be able to try even 2 weeks without any gluten, bread, chapatis, at times, of course, it's good to indulge, you know, changing it from a cheat day to a cheat meal.
Yes.
So you don't have to cheat the whole of Saturday, you know,
but you
like
get one dedicated.
this is the way I'm bungee jumping without the bungee, and this is my day that I'm going to kill it. No. I'll try and make sure that I do like a cheat meal. Get one meal, get in there, just to spike up also my metabolism a little bit, because it'll go on reserve mode. So those are the things that I'm changing. Incorporating more boxing, more spin class, and also in recovery, which is very, very important. That's the goal that I have, and I have to now probably get into the point where I need to start measuring this, you know, my body weight and the muscle that I have, the body fat that I have, and try and see how I can adjust to that.
Do you have a coach that you're working with, or you're doing it all solo?
No, man. Let me tell you one thing. This thing, I'm just doing it on the fly.
So,
you know,
what I'd recommend is let me connect you with Lee.
Yeah.
Just have a conversation with him.
Yeah.
I'll send you his WhatsApp number.
Yeah.
Tell him this is my plan. Look, I've lost this much. I want to lose this much kilos by this time.
Yeah. And
just see what he has to say. Just entertain him. I think you may come out genuinely surprised, right?
That would be fantastic.
I'll link you up with him.
The good thing that you also said about the breakup happening around just before COVID, because even me, I had something similar there.
Yeah.
The best revenge, bro, is a new body. Oh, man. It's fantastic. If you can come with a new look and a new body, I'm telling you, by the way.
And then we plaster our fucking faces all over Kenya.
Oh, man, that is the best revenge. But the other thing you'll realize, you know, that even the DMs will start coming in there.
Atari sana.
Atari. So
Atari sana.
I think the best revenge that people need to do is to invest and work on themselves other than harming themselves.
It's the best motivator.
Yes,
Can I be honest? If you go through a breakup, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Because you have experienced as a man one of the most painful things you can ever have experienced.
Take that pain to the gym.
Pay to the gym.
Lift.
Pay it there.
Yeah.
Take that hard and go there. Yes. So Kim, that mama who's sumwa your kichwa, take that negative energy and fuel it into something positive.
She's given you blue ticks for the last 1 week. Take it to the gym.
Yes.
Yes, and do more backflips like the ones that you're doing out there in the field. But for me, it's a fantastic motivator.
It is.
You know,
it is.
Because you just gives you that energy to go to a higher level, and investing in yourself is fantastic.
Guess what? Now you're on YouTube. Your face is plastered on TV screens.
Yeah, I'm on CoffeePump.
You won.
And my ex-girlfriend is watching me there.
Exactly, you're watching.
Yes, and you're seeing me here. How does it feel?
Business Daily.
How does it feel?
YouTube, come on. That's the one.
Yeah. But like just bottom line, investing in yourself is a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing, and I appreciate going to rock bottom and blowing up and adding weight and going through those seasons. I think they're quite. It's important still, but it's how you come out of it.
But it's definitely. Would you say this the size you're in right now, has it improved your day job?
It has. First of all, I realized that I'm more energetic.
Yeah.
I'm more inclined to even go for meetings, combine meetings here and there.
Yeah.
Back in the day, when I was, with my other body weight, I would just really be so strategic on my
Who you're meeting
movements.
and doing,
I don't want to move. If I just align my clients in one area and just see them, and then the next meetings I'll do them probably on Friday or something like that. But now, like I'm energized to do more. I remember when I dropped like I think 7 to 8 kgs. First thing I did was a photo shoot. I went for a photo shoot. I called my DJ friend. We went for a photo shoot, and because you're more energetic. You're
so confident.
You're confident. You're more focused on your brand. So you start now really investing and thinking about yourself and stuff like that.
So is emceeing your full-time job?
Yes.
Maybe because how do you stumble? I mean, it's how do you stumble into emceeing?
Oh my goodness. Let me tell you one thing, Sajid. I'll be very honest. I never envisioned myself to be an MC. I have worked for a bank for 4 years, and I've been in the tech space for the last, I guess, 10 years. So I joined Internet Solutions back in 2014.
So is that how you know Rugo?
Rugo, yes. That's the Fred. That's how I know him. So I joined Internet Solutions, and then it was vibrant,
What were you doing there?
I joined as an account manager.
So it's a sales guy, basically.
Sales guy. I was an account manager in there, and then I joined a team that was called Ministry of Fun. So this particular team was tasked to get fun activities within the organization.
Really?
And then we had a baraza. And our CEO, Jonathan Somen, was addressing the organization. Baraza is open-ended, but now we needed like a program. We got it. So the marketing manager told me, Ian, you speak a lot, do you mind emceeing this thing? And I was like, okay.
Let me just do it.
All right, let's do it. So I got it and I emceed it. And I think some guys started catching on something, My marketing manager told me, hey, there's something in here. This guy has something that you can be able to use. So I ended up doing like all company events. If there's a client breakfast here and is doing it, if there's this, that year, at the end of year party, I emceed the end of year party.
Do you ever get nerves? So I'm a very
good question. Good question.
I'm a very confident guy when it comes to meetings and stuff.
Yeah.
I've noticed when I'm presented with like 100 people in a room, I've talked, but initially my mind, my heart, your heart comes here, your mind starts overthinking, and what I do is I just start breathing in and out, and then I just go through the flow of things. But there's some people who literally shut down. Have you ever had that?
No, I haven't had that. What I try to do is to never overthink of the audience who are going to be on stage or who are going to be there. And why I'm saying that, it's because there's an event that I did this year, and we had even the head of public service, Honorable Koske in there, and he came with his full aura, the bodyguards, the whatnot, and it was high profile. But what I usually do, what I can tell you for free is that it's usually a mix of emotions. You're anxious, you're afraid, you're excited, you're freaking out, you're looking forward. It's a cocktail of all that. So what helps me is just stick to the script and focus on your delivery. If I start zooming and thinking about who is seated there, and I'm trying to get their facial expression, and if they're not smiling, then I feel like I'm failing. I don't focus on that. So, well, it's good to draw energy from the people, but what I try to do is just focus on the order that I need to do. Introduce the event, the theme, the housekeeping, the whatnots, and then introduce the first speaker. I focus on that particular first part. But I can tell you, Sajid, it's a mix of everything. Now you can imagine if you're having that kind of mix and then you're 128 kgs, you'll start sweating. And people will be looking at you. There's a public sector event, just doing the national anthem and you're still sweating.
You essentially the medium to get people through point A to point B to point C in an event. And so you're the ones that's guiding them.
And sorry, Sajid, just to take you back. So that is how it started, you know. That is how it started when I got into the MCing. The point at that point, deputy CEO was Senano, Chris Senano.
Chris, I've heard such good things about Senano.
Chris
Like
was
that Somen and Senano team.
Yeah, Senano really mentored me. Really, Senano brought me into tech. You know, gave me an opportunity. I also joined him when he went to Telecom Kenya. I learned loads from Chris.
So you also at TKL, eh?
I was also at Telcom. I was in the enterprise team. I was managing the BFSI team. So that was the sector that I was looking after. And gradually, I remember Chris telling me that I know one day you're going to start emceeing for these events in Telcom. I was like, okay, we'll see. And eventually, by God's grace, I started even doing the events in there. There's one lady who would pop into Chris's office. Her name was Laura Chite. Her name is Laura Chite. Laura was the CEO for CIO.
Yes.
Africa.
Yes.
Lovely
I remember Laura.
lady.
Yeah.
So each time I could see Laura coming in to see Chris, and I told myself, I need to talk to Laura. So I went and approached Laura and I told her, Laura, I know you do events, you handle events. Give me an opportunity. Let me do one.
Yeah.
She's like, okay, Ian, I'm going to take a risk. I'm going to come and give you one. Laura introduced me to CIO Africa. I kid you not. She gave me the first job. I started doing events. Even during COVID, we were doing online events. Laura was still in there. And that gave me now visibility to the other OEMs, the Fortinet, Huawei, Checkpoint, distributors, Reddington, started getting to know them. And Laura is the one who told me, Ian, you are a tech MC, you know. And now that started sticking in terms of now probably now making sure that I can have a niche kind of a market, you know, and focusing on that. Out at TKL, joined a partner company, Convergence.
Convergence Networks?
Yes. Convergence Network started working that very, very closely with the OEMs and the clients because they have to go through the partners. After that, then I joined Popotepe for 6 months consultancy before joining Adapt IT, where I left last year. So now I'm doing it full time.
And do you find that emceeing is something that you can sustain yourself on a month-to-month basis? Like compared to like with sales guys, the salaries, the commissions, you can have a comfortable living. Can you have a comfortable living with MCs?
Well, I usually say not in the long term, okay? You need to always diversify. If you can be able to get opportunities that can give you additional sources of income, then you can be able to do that.
For it,
For any MC who is out there and you're doing corporate events, there is that inclination that you can be able to sustain on that. If you plan yourself, if you have a good month, you can pay your rents ahead, you pay your mortgage and stuff. But I usually say get additional sources of income. If there's a sales role that you can be able to get that you can do online and stuff like that and balance it out, that would be able to. And why I'm saying that is because Mandamano taught us differently. You know, this kind of you have events that have been scheduled. You know, an entire week is cut off, and you depending on that particular income. So I would say don't rely on it. It's a good source of income if you can be able to package yourself and brand yourself well. But I would encourage if you can be able to get other sources of income, the better.
Aside from that, like what else are you looking at? Like dipping into? Are you still in the IT industry? Are there things you're working on?
Yeah. Still in the IT industry. A bit of consultancy for a partner company. With a keen focus on cybersecurity, unified communications. I'm also looking into that. So working closely on that with a partner friend of mine. But I also feel I think I'll go back into just joining the corporate once again. Be able to give back and also just learn from the team and give back also the experience that I've had.
Right. So if I meet Ian 5 years from now, what does he want to have achieved from work to the body to life? What does that look like 5 years from now?
Definitely 5 years from now, I would want to be on a C-suite level, probably over corporate, that is tech oriented, and managing a team that I can be able to grow with, mentor, making sure that we are able to achieve the deliverables. That would be probably me in the next 5 years. There is an inclination on politics. I've been approached by some guys. Yeah.
Would you enter that? I think, to be honest, with your persona,
I would. I had an interaction with. I'll just maybe not name the party itself, but one of the guys that I met down with, and that was 2 years ago. and they were trying to tell me, why don't you join this and look into that? And I went to Instagram, I deleted most of the photos that I had of my family members. I did that. When I went to Facebook, I realized this account in Facebook, I opened it in 2008. I can't delete all this photo. I just closed that account and opened a new one.
Why would you close them? Because of exposure?
Because of exposure. After that particular meeting, I realized that I need to just go back, take a back seat a bit. So I would share stuff about myself and maybe family here and there, but I'd keep it predominantly on stories,
Yes.
But as much as I'm saying 5 years from now, work related, I'd probably, maybe if I would love to be in a C-suite area, but I have a very strong feeling that maybe politics would come into play.
Okay, so if you're to have like a breadcrumb trail of how to enter politics for someone to follow, what would be the right steps? Because I've been curious as well. I'm aware of politicians. I'm aware of the structures.
Yeah.
But if I want to start today and enter politics,
Yeah.
let's say, and follow your steps, what would be the right ways to do that?
That's a fantastic question, Sajid, because one of the main steps that I usually see for me, not for everyone, but for me, would be media first. Yes. Because I've always been asking myself, so how do I reinvent myself from a corporate tech MC? What else would be out there? So I've had an inclination on media, trying to see how I can also plug in the right way. I've had conversations with some media guys here and there, so probably that would be one of the anchors that I can be able to get into, and not just on the political side, but because I've realized that media has a way of giving you a stronger brand, and when you're being approached by these particular corporates, you can play around with your rate card.
With your rate card, yeah.
A rate card can be able to go higher because you're known.
Politicians are also celebrities over here, so
yeah, so that's the journey I was trying to look into, and why I was also looking into that is because I've also seen people who have followed the same path, like the guy who is the spokesman for UDA. Forget the name. This Somali guy. He was in
I know what you're talking
Citizen.
about. We
Yes.
could put his picture over
Yeah,
here.
yeah. And how he joined into that. So I've seen people now transition into that, and that would probably be one of the breadcrumbs that I can see from where I am now.
True.
Yeah.
I mean, in a way, you become sort of the voice for them, and then you enter that, and then you enter some part of promoting a certain movement, and then I think it just works up over there.
And it's well, the other side of the coin, and I'll be very honest with you. I used to be a preacher guy back in the day.
Really?
I have lived many lives. Yes, yes, yes. Back in the day, we're talking about 2009 all the way to 2012. At Sitam Valley Road, I joined in as a Bible study leader. Then I became a youth leader. No, I became an outreach leader. So an outreach leader, we would go to hospitals and would go to Kenyatta, the medical wards, and preach in there. I'd do crusades. I'd go to high schools. So I think that the public speaking started there,
I mean, I can identify.
And then I became the youth leader, and I was doing a lot of preaching, man. Oof. A lot of preaching. I think I need to get back in there. So it's the other side of the coin is probably I'd be having my own church, or maybe into politics. Let's see how it goes. But I'm taking a day at a time. I'm getting to see how that plays out. Yeah.
Have you ever been to a data center before?
What?
A data center. Have you ever been to a data center?
No,
data center.
Not a data center. No.
No, I think I'd like to invite you to Icolo as well.
Okay.
Just so we can show you what side of the business we do, because you're in the tech sphere as well.
Yes. I
think then if we ever have any events, we can loop you in.
Yeah.
So I'll organize that. I think the main thing is I tell people we have such solid infrastructures here, multiple providers. People are not truly aware of the scale of things and what data centers do beyond just data center storage of servers. They're true ecosystem builders, Who
would be your competitors? Is it the
So Africa Data
ADC?
Centers, IX Africa, Pikes,
Okay.
Safaricom. But in a way, it's collaborative. We do what we call neutral data centers.
Nice.
Which means your core purpose is just to work on the physical infrastructure. You do not do connectivity. You do not do cloud. You do not do cybersecurity. Because when a customer who does any of those businesses comes to you, it's the landlord competing with the tenant. And for the most part, most giants like Safaricom who run data centers do all those ancillary services. So why would I host my company services in a person who's doing the same business as me?
I see.
So neutral means kazi yangu ni kuwakisha taa, make sure you don't lose lights, make sure you don't lose cooling.
It's co-location.
A co-location, exactly.
Okay.
And so we strategized it in a way where we started in Mombasa. People are like, why the hell are you going Mombasa? The population is in Nairobi. But where does the internet start? Mombasa.
The Teams and
the Teams,
all those
Easy, all those
Teams,
cables.
all those cables, yeah.
But all those cables were sitting in government facilities. So in order for me as a new ISP to talk to a subsea cable to buy internet, I would have to go through a middleman.
Yeah.
And that's why the price of connectivity in 09 was so high, because there are very few people who control those funnels, like Seacom, Telecom Kenya, and Safaricom. When you open a neutral data center and you get the subsea providers to come there, you get tier 1 providers to come there, you get content delivery networks like Meta, your
really
Netflix
smart,
and
huh?
everything.
Yeah.
All of a sudden you have a Baskin Robbins, like with 21 different ice cream flavors.
Wow.
So me as a new business provider, I can talk to the source directly. And now all of a sudden I can compete with Safaricom. And that sort of brought rise to the wireless internet service provider community in Kenya. Because they all of a sudden are not resellers of Safaricom. Because they can talk to the tier 1 providers like Hurricane, work online and buy capacity at a cheaper rate rather than buy it in bulk and distribute it wherever they want. And then created the introduction of multiple fiber providers. Because data centers have all this data that needs to go somewhere. And so it just goes beyond NOFB. Now you have independent people like Kenya Power, Kenya Pipeline setting up fiber, which they can sell to anyone. But data centers eventually just host this ecosystem because we're going online. Going online needs a fundamental support from fiber, from providers, but everything eventually at the grassroots level has to sit in a data center. And so we approach data centers as ecosystem. Si mambo ya kuweka server. If I were to create a data center today in a market that doesn't have data centers, I would tap into two ecosystems. I would tap into the connectivity and content, which we consume, and then the financial sector. So you have multiple banks, you have payment gateways, you put everyone so they can interconnect, and payment exchanges of currencies become easier. Yeah.
If I put my data, my information with Icolo, do you would you mirror it to somewhere else?
So we don't get involved in that. So what happens is, I think of me as a mall. And I'm giving you a space in the mall to do whatever business you want. You're simply just paying me a monthly recurring cost to ensure I never lose power in my shop, I never lose cooling, our generators are constantly fueled. So you run your business from there. I have no indication on what your business is. I'm just giving you the rack space and ensuring that rack space never loses power.
I see.
The difference between other data centers is if you're doing mirroring or cloud services, I will launch that own business in my data center. So the analogy for the mall would be, I ask you, Ian, to open up a theater on the 4th floor. You open up a theater, you sell tickets, then me as the landlord, I open a theater on the 5th floor. So I'm competing with your business.
Exactly. You're eating into it.
That's why the neutrality element is super important. And that's the way the structure of European and American data centers have gone. Because we have these tech businesses that launch and they need support. Because wholesale data centers are very expensive. Setting up your own server rooms are quite expensive. So it was a very unique approach we took. And I mean, credit to the founders of the company and whoever set it up. They had that vision. And I keep saying this is like over the next 10 to 15 years, data centers will be the new real estate.
If I'm not wrong, Huawei are also setting up one.
They have partnered with Safaricom, I think so.
Okay.
But they do a lot of modular data centers. So, for example, if a government entity for their own internal needs wants to build a data center, Huawei has a product where we will build you a data center, a containerized solution. You just pay us a CapEx amount, we deliver it. It has your cooling, it has your this, it has your that. So there are pros and cons to that kind of system versus going pure greenfield build and building from the ground up. But that's a whole other podcast.
That's another conversation.
You see, the thing is, this is also because you're in the ICT sphere.
Yes.
I think you're the biggest billboard for a lot of these projects that we're doing. Because you meet a lot of people. And now if I show you Icolo, for me, someone will come and say, "Do you know a data center, Ian?" And Ian is like, "Yes, I went to Icolo." Alafu tunaweza ongea chini.
Sajid should give me a job, sales manager number 2.
Tutagawanya commission, usijali. Yeah.
100%.
But as
100%.
as we start winding things down, bro,
Yeah.
is there anything you want to highlight? You've been obviously through the ringer. You've had
Yeah.
ups and downs.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
closing thoughts, what you'd like to leave with our
Yeah.
viewers.
I think the first thing that I'd like to say is that the one thing that you should do, forget your past. Put it behind you. There is no way you're moving forward with the past in your mind. Put it behind. Whatever happened has happened. The messes, the whatnot, the mistakes you've made, don't carry that guilt. Guilt will always weigh you down if you're trying to change your life. You can't be able to do that. So, first of all, forget your past. And it's easier said than done, but try as much as possible to put it behind you. Always know that there's always another beautiful story that you can be able to write down. Life gets better. And then the other thing that I'd like to encourage people is still on the first thing that I said about the journey is the reward. We're living in a society where we're always looking for shortcuts. How can I get rich quick? How can I do this Forex? I just need one deal. People are always talking about that one tender. How can is there a shorter way of doing things? Be patient with yourself, enjoy the process, learn from the process, and let it build you. And then eventually you'll be able to get the reward. And then the third and final thing that I can be able to say, have an accountability system. I have like two very, very close friends of mine. They know me in and out. They are solid. They have better character than myself. So these are two men that I can always have a conversation with, bounce back with, that kind of accountability. Other than my belt, these are the two guys who are really, really also close to me. So if you forget your past, be patient with yourself and learn to enjoy the journey, and then you can be able to have that kind of accountability. That would be okay. And also live life.
Yeah.
All right. You're not going to have oats for the rest of your life. If you want a Saturday, go out, have the ice cream, cakes, enjoy, take a walk with that beautiful lady, hold her hand, and enjoy life.
Enjoy life.
Enjoy life. It's important. You need to enjoy life.
Forget your ex, yeah?
Yeah, forget your ex,
bro. Get in shape.
Yeah, go meet your future ex-girlfriend. And I'm just kidding. But yeah, you can't. Yeah, that's enjoy life. Life is to be enjoyed, not to be endured.
Yeah.
Only, but enjoy life.
I appreciate it, brother. I really thank you for taking the time to come.
100%.
This is hopefully one of many. We'll definitely have you back on.
If I come back on 10 kgs later,
we'll do that, man.
Come with a Speedo and baby oil.
We'll do that. Both combined. Both Speedos and baby oil. We'll put Ian's details in the description where you can find him.
Trending with the baby oil in there.
But guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you on the next episode.
100%. Pleasure to be here.
Thanks, brother.
Thank you, my man.
I appreciate it.
Thanks a lot.
This was fire.